Well, welcome to the August edition of the Canyon Country Advisory Committee. Tonight, as usual, we'll start off with our flag salute and then announcements. And then we're going to have both Barbara Wilson and Bart Reed come up and talk to us about transportation issues and problems here in Santa Clarita. Then we're going to have a presentation about the Rubber Ducky Regatta. And that's a very important thing here for the Samuel Dixon Health Center. And this year, the Canyon Country Advisory Committee is going to be joining them in selling duck adoptions and having a table at their event. But it's something that's very important, and so Iris will be here to talk about it. Then we're going to talk about a group of different things. One, landscape medians, the medians that are in the center of our roadways, how they're funded, how they're maintained, why they're maintained the way they are, and what we can do about it. And then an issue that's really important, I think, to all of us, which is water. The drought, what's going on with the water companies and the restrictions that they're going to put on your lawn. And that's probably going to be the biggest hot button issue coming up in the next several months. Also, we'll give you a quick update on high-speed rail, a little bit about billboards, and then we'll talk about what's going to happen next month. And next month, Steve Knight and Tony Strickland have both agreed to come here, and we're going to use our meet and greet format, and we'll explain exactly how that is and how we've modified it a little bit for these guys. And they'll be here next month to answer questions from you, the audience. This is the only format that I know of where they come in and they answer raw questions from you, things that you get up and ask. Then our version of public participation, which is 1 minute, and then a preview of the next meetings, and we'll adjourn at 9 p.m. So this is August. Next month is September. I started out just thinking about September 11th. That flag view is the flag view from my house. I tell this story probably every year, but I hope you don't get tired of it. And that is that on September 11th, 2001, I drug out my flag, which I used to put up only on holidays, put it up in front of my house and said, a flag is going to fly over my house every day from now on. And so I put that flag out, and I let it fly for the whole year, come rain, shine, or whatever happens. And as it shreds, it reminds me of the trials and tribulations that all of our servicemen and women around the world go through to protect us and our country. And on September 11th, I take the flag down and I replace it with a new flag. And when that happens, I don't retire the flags. I give them a place of honor. And on the 10th anniversary of September 11th, I put out a display of the 10 flags that flew for those 10 years, and I intend to do that again at some time in the future. Just to remind me, and hopefully remind everybody, of the 2,996 people that lost their lives that day in that terrorist attack. 1,977 innocent victims of 14 terrorists. And just to remind us that terrorism isn't going away, we saw James Foley, who was an American independent journalist, murdered by ISIS in Iraq just within the last few days. And it just indicates to us that the job's not done, and we're going to be facing some very important challenges in the future. So with that, Mark, would you lead us in the flag salute today? Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. For announcements, here's a really great one. I think I see Morris back there. Just walked in the door. And, Tony Strickland just walked in the door. There he is, guy. Coming to visit with us again. About 4 years ago, we started the process of becoming a 501c3. No one says it was easy. You have to go through a bunch of hoops and hurdles. And the last hoop and hurdle we went through was, this is the last part of it, to get the Internal Revenue Service to say you are, in fact, a nonprofit organization. And so we have been waiting. We applied in 2011. We've been waiting, and we asked for a little help in Senator McKeon's office with Morris, and lo and behold, early this week, we received our letter that said, congratulations, you have been determined to be exempt from federal income tax. You are an official 501c3. Expect to get a letter revoking that the next day until you fill out some more forms. But that's okay. We have it, and it's all official, and we're very pleased about it. Also, I just got reminded that tomorrow, the 21st, is Senior Citizens Day. Not that any of us are senior, but just in case you know somebody that's a senior citizen, let them know. There's still a couple of concerts in the park left to go. On the 23rd, there's going to be the Hollywood U2, and then on the 30th, Boogie Nights. So I hope you've been enjoying concerts in the park, and if you haven't, there's still a couple left to go. Reminder that the River Rally is Saturday on September the 20th, and we are signed up. We will have a table there, so if you want to join us, we'd certainly love to have you there. The annual powwow at Hart Park is going to be on September the 27th and 28th. Both days it starts at 10 a.m. On Saturday it ends at 7, and on Sunday it ends at 6. And it's a free event except for parking. You get to pay for parking to help out the Boy Scouts. Rubber Ducky Regatta, we'll talk about that again later. Your chance to adopt a duck and support Samuel Dixon Family Health Centers. And yeah, I wonder if they're going to, last year, I was just talking about it, we made some, made some videos spoofing some of the things that were already out there, and so I'm sure the video of the most interesting duck in the world is still there, and some of the other ones that we made, but we had a good time at it. And we had a good time at the regatta last year as well. On October the 11th, then Old Town Newhall will be Oktoberfest. Tickets are $10 online or $15 when you show up, and that's should be a fun event as well. Lastly, we're going to talk a little bit about water today. And I think that it's a time when we should really be seriously considering who we're voting for. And in the past, in some water board and school board elections, nobody ran. And guys get back in just because there's nobody contesting the seat. Well, in this year, at least two entries in the CLWA race have declared. So Stacy Fortner and Stephen Daniels have declared that they will be candidates in the water board elections. And we'll see if we can get all of the people here. Will have to be pretty short and it's going to be on a short string, short fuse, and a little bit of time so they can all introduce themselves. Just a reminder that in case you have been sitting home on the second and fourth Tuesday of the month and had nothing to do, and had lost your abilities to figure out what would happen on those days with council meeting on hiatus, they will resume next Tuesday on August the 26th, and they'll be back as the featured event on television and at City Hall. Attendance, we had a good meeting last month. Attendance went up a little, and so we're watching it, and we'll see how things are going. As far as video statistics, the videos went up a little bit as well. Last month, the sheriff's deputies were the high numbers of views on the videos, and so it's interesting. We watch them and determine what people are looking at and what things are happening. But next month, we're going to talk about it. You know, see those big high spikes? Well, other than that big one up there, 301, which was the manufactured home presentations. That other spike and the 269 are election issues. And next month we're going to have, as I said, Mr. Knight and Strickland here to debate, or not debate, but in a meet and greet format. So invite all your friends. Make sure everybody's here. I'm sure we'll stuff the room, and I'm sure we'll have a lot of video views from that. Here we go. Okay, next meeting. Of course, the Congress candidates meet and greet with Steve and Tony will be in September. Sheriff's candidates will be maybe here in October. If one drops out, we'll still invite the other. We have a commitment for the Keystone Project, or what's now called a what? Five Knolls Project. You know, I went and tried to look that up on the internet today, and I couldn't find anything, but we'll do it again. So we'll be looking for that presentation on that project in October. Sometime in the future, we're going to talk about Business Improvement District, because it's another form of 218 district, but it's a little different. And somehow we're going to fit in a billboard debate, either at one of these meetings or at a special meeting. So it should be an exciting couple of months, and should be very informative before this election. So I just want you to remember that if you've been going through withdrawals on the second and fourth Tuesday of the month, the City Council will be back in action on August the 26th, which is next Tuesday. They'll be there, and we can again have the pleasure of asking them questions and listening to what's going on. And I would like to thank you very much again for choosing to attend the Canyon Country Advisory Committee, and I hope to see you back again next month. Well, tell all your friends. This is going to be next month. Going to be a biggie.